morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time you read this. Hey everybody, this is Thane. This is Thrive and Peak. I want to check in for a moment. First off, and just say thank you guys. Truly, I've been getting more feedback lately, messages, comments, just little check-ins from you guys. I want to let you know like how much I appreciate it, and I'm really receptive to it. I'm really grateful for the encouragement, the affirmations, and the great energy you guys been sending my way. I can't express how thankful I am, but I feel it, and I want to take that momentum and just keep it moving. Right now, my upload schedule is Tuesdays and Saturdays. That tempo works best for me right now, but just let me know if what works best for you guys. Are you guys happy with my format, the overlays? Would you prefer some more in-person videos, different styles, different topics? Let me know. I'm kind of building this with you guys, not necessarily just for you. And I have to say, I had to make it, then I can make it perfect. You know, perfect doesn't exist, but momentum does. So I have to make it, then I can make it better. But the real topic for today's topic, I want to just talk about something sitting heavy with me. Um, Personally, like all these things are personal, but I say all that to say sometimes the world has a way to have us forsake ourselves. And I don't think it's an intentional thing, but it's real. The older I get, the more I heal, the more I notice something interesting happening. I find myself going back to my original diamonds, my original interests, my original curiosities, the things I loved before life told me what I should care about or what's important. Those things came from a pure place. They came from curiosity, from passion, from genuine drive. You don't create memories and bonding moments with things that don't matter to you. You don't fall in love with something by accident. As an adult, I've realized something important. When I prioritize myself through those interests, when I let myself fully sink into them, when I drown into those ideas, conversations, and creative threads, I come back recharged. Kind of like my batteries are full again. I show up better. I move with intention, and intention, that's everything. Intention over outcome. And I honestly believe that the secret in life is your karma doesn't live in the result. Your karma lives in the intention. Let me explain. If I go out to do something with genuine intention to help save people, to do good, and things don't go perfectly as planned, that suddenly doesn't make my heart corrupt. That intention still matters. And so does the result. Like, it doesn't necessarily invalidate what I did, but the intention matters. We judge ourselves harshly on outcomes by the life that seems to be measured on why we acted. And somewhere along the line, we taught ourselves something dangerous. We kind of rewarded ourselves for putting ourselves last, if that makes sense. Um, and I'll give you an example. Think back to school. You were given a deadline. You were told to work on something for a week. Something you didn't really care about. Something that doesn't really light you up at all. Sometimes you were given things that were, but bear with me for this example. You put your time, your energy, and attention into it. You ignore what you wanted to do. And when you turn it in, you get an A. You were rewarded for kind of abandoning yourself, in a sense. Not necessarily, but sort of in a way. That's like kind of extreme detail, but for my argument's sake, listen. If you had followed your curiosity instead, if you had prioritized your inner world, you might have failed. And that does something to a kid. That does something to me. That did something to me. I grew up feeling like I was the problem. Like I let myself down, I let others down, my parents. That's heavy for a kid to carry. And I know there's kids and adults still walking around with that same weight today. Nobody's sat them down and said, you aren't the issue. But the system doesn't have that built in that way. You tell yourself that you're the issue. Did you put yourself first? You're wrong. Did you follow your interests? You're selfish. That's how people pleasers are created. And that's how patterns end up repeating. At some point, we learn to abandon ourselves so that bills get paid, so we look responsible, so we can see our kids, so our credit score stays clean, so that nobody questions our adulthood. And also, I mean, like, see your kids is in, like, depends on the situation. I think you should always see your kids. um, And listen, I'm not saying those things don't matter, but here's the real question. What do you do for you? When was the last time you went to your original passions? Your original dreams, almost, right? Reintroduce yourself to yourself because you're stuck with you for the rest of your life. You might as well become your best friend. And when you do become your best friend, you stop betraying yourself. Most of us betray ourselves 10 times a day. Small ways, quiet ways, ways that no one else can see, but still. I'm not saying become selfish or anything. I'm saying treat yourself with love. You already know how important it is to eat well, to brush your teeth, to get some sleep, but it's important to think, how you talk, and how you relate to yourself. When you start changing that, you'll feel lighter, I promise. Especially when you quiet the noise, you write your distractions down, you pay attention to your body. Your feelings don't lie. Your feelings won't lie to you because you're the one that feels them. You feel if you're BSing. You feel if it's genuine. You know what feels right for you and what doesn't. No one else can decide for you. Not me, not society, and not expectations that people set for you. But when you do this, you reconnect with yourself. You find your passions again, your drive, your fulfillment, and you kind of won't go back, I don't think, because eventually you'll help others climb the mountains you've climbed. At this altitude, you see things differently. That's what this is about. That's what thrive and peak means. So take care of yourself, please. Honor your intention and do not abandon yourself again. This is Thrive and Peak, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you shortly. Have a good one.